Welcome to the Marketing Duo podcast. This is your go-to show for smart, actionable marketing strategies and mindset shifts designed to help ambitious female founders work smarter, not harder. Are we ready?
We are. Welcome to the Marketing Duo podcast, the podcast where marketing experts Cinthia of Digital Bloom IQ and Jen of Vazquez Media come together to share their wealth of knowledge and insights on scaling your business.
Each episode, Cinthia and Jen dive into the latest marketing strategies, mindset shifts, and also growth tactics specifically designed for ambitious female founders who are tech savvy and eager to enhance their marketing game.
Whether you're looking to fine-tune your approach or discover innovative ways to accelerate your business, the Marketing Duo podcast provides actionable tips and inspiring conversations to help you reach your goals.
Tune in for a blend of practical advice and empowering discussions tailored to help you thrive in the ever-evolving digital landscape. I'm excited. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of background, and then we're going to give you like all the details, and the link, of course, will be in the episode. But separately, not even having a conversation with Cinthia, I've been feeling like I'm always looking to optimize my time. I think we all are when we're business owners.
Yes.
But more importantly, I've been wanting to get more clarity and sort of have time to be creative and things like that. So in my search for all of that stuff, I actually found an article that was in Inc. magazine, and it was about Jeff Bezos. Like him or not like him, it was interesting.
Yes.
He basically instituted this 1 hour rule, which is backed by Stanford neuroscience, which that intrigued me a whole bunch. I dove into that too. We'll have, again, all these links. But it's about, at the bare minimum, not using your phone for the first hour after you wake up. Now, sometimes, especially if you're in your corporate America, that's may not be possible, getting up, getting the kids ready, all the things. But as this podcast is for female founders, we do sometimes in our schedule allow for a little bit more of a relaxed morning. However, I am not one of those people. And so the first thing that I do, literally laying in bed, my eyes open, and I'm like this, like it's not great. And on the mornings where I listen to news, my whole day is ruined. So I don't know. How do you feel about it, Cinthia? Tell me a little bit about how you feel in the morning when you something like this.
Well, I think the morning is a very special energy, and it's something that we need to protect. And I'm sure there's lots of science behind that. Even like, I don't know, spiritually, you could think of the morning as like this pure time. It does feel like I love my mornings. I will say after becoming a mom, mornings have changed a lot. Like this morning, my daughter just threw herself on top of me on my bed, and like that was
wake up, mom! I'm awake. You shouldn't be sleeping.
Yeah, but
I remember those days.
Yeah, I do feel like our devices are just designed to be addictive, and we know that for sure. And a lot of us use our phones and different devices for alarms. Like I use mine for alarm and tracking and stuff. So I feel like it is our job to protect the energy, like our energies, and whether that's morning or a different time of day. Like I also with my family ask during mealtime that we try to keep our phones far away. And it's a habit, like of picking up the phone. Like it's sometimes not even a real thing. It's just, we're addicted to our phones and to our technology. So we need to make an effort to protect that energy. So yeah, what you mentioned intrigued me for sure.
Yeah. So This is our typical conversations on Voxer, which is what, like, literally why we started the podcast, because we're like, the people, we need to have a chat about this, right?
Yes.
So I messaged her and I said, look, I did this whole deep dive, created a whole thing, including a tracker. And I'm just wondering if you want to join me because I need some accountability. I know that you're very similar to me in that we are work focused and family focused, but we are trying to not have those lines bleed as much together. And so now today for us is October 1st. By the time this is released, it might be November or the end of October. So just note that the information that I have is going to be great for any month. It's just basically a month. And if it works, as a lot of people have said it worked for them in my deep dive, I might be doing it all the time, but I'm actually using a tracker to really evaluate, just like all of our marketing experiences, or experiments. We want to really track if what we're doing is working. And so for me, the tracker was something that would enable me to say, wow, look how I felt. Lots of feelings going on in that tracker. So let me give you the details so that if you want to go ahead and check it out and do it with us, of course, you can get all the links below, but I wanted to give you this sort of outline. So step number 1 is super simple. The rule is no screen for the first hour after waking. So, and I'll tell you how it went for my morning. Cynthia's going to tell you how it went for her morning, because this is the first day that we're doing it. That means no email, no news, no TV, no social media, no news apps, which was a big one for me. You can still use your phone if absolutely necessary for emergencies, but really the goal is zero passive scrolling, because my way of trying to like not do this was like, well, if my children call me, I'm gonna be answering, right? The idea is to not have the screen to your face. So there you go there. And of course, you can always take these and change them to something that you feel is doable and then maybe progress from there. So don't take it as a hard and fast thing, but the idea, the science behind it is no screen time right when you wake up. So step 2 is, speaking of screen time, somebody did not put on airplane mode.
Perfect example.
Perfect example. Step 2 is replacement activities. So instead of scrolling, you're going to fill your first hour with activities that boost mental clarity, energy, and mood. From the article, Stanford's Recommendations, here is your menu. Move your body, light exercise, yoga, stretching, walking on a treadmill, or a walk outside to get morning light. Just move your body. Me personally, not this morning, but on some mornings, I want to just dance to music. Like, just dance. I won't be able to do it for an hour, but that's going to be one of the things that I put in that hour, because that's moving my body, but in a way that feels like it's not exercise. I also have a walking pad that I'm sure I'll use at some point. Make and enjoy a nourishing breakfast instead of mindlessly scrolling over coffee. This one really excites me. My husband and I always have conversation in the morning, but I'm like this when we're having conversations. And for those who are listening, I'm holding up my cell phone to my face. So really making and enjoying a nourishing breakfast, that could fill the hour if you wanted. And of course, you can combine a bunch of these as well. Read a book or listen to a book, something inspirational, educational, or just enjoyable. My book was enjoyable. It was a murder mystery, but it was enjoyable. Gratitude journaling, or literally any journaling. But the science says that starting your day with what you're grateful for, listing 3 to 5 things that you're thankful for and love and appreciate, really goes a long way to setting your day up. But also journaling could be something like writing down any creative ideas. Sometimes when I wake up, I have a ton of ideas and I've forgotten them by the time I get to work.
Yeah.
So, maybe just, writing your thoughts, or maybe one thing that I'm going to do, because for me, when I'm super overwhelmed, writing down every single thing that's in my head somehow makes me feel lighter and less, and completely removes the overwhelm from me.
Yeah.
Just knowing what is in my head is on paper makes me feel like I'm not going to miss it, or not going to not do it. Right.
Yes.
So journaling in general is great, but if you can start any kind of creative journaling with 3 to 5 things that you are thankful for, would go a long way to starting your day. That's what I'm going to try tomorrow morning. You can listen to music, upbeat, calming, or creative flow. Like, it doesn't have to be a specific type of music.
Yes.
Just listening to music is using your brain in a different way that we, as, female entrepreneurs or female founders, are kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And then the last piece, again, you can add anything that you want in there as long as it's not screen up. Meditation or mindfulness. So 5 to 10 minutes if you're new. Like, don't try to do an hour of meditation. I mean, when I first started doing meditation, it was like 1 minute and I'm balancing my checkbook in my head and going over like, there's no relaxing with it. One thing that really worked for me, and you guys can try that, is like breathing exercises. So meditation or mindfulness along with breathing. A lot of times when you're stressed, you either hold your breath like I do, super bad, or you shallow breathe. So doing some like hypno breath work or deep breathing or box breathing, where you take a deep breath for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, and then you blow out the breath for 4 seconds, is a great thing to do to start your day by oxygenating all of your cells.
Yeah.
Like, all of these things, I don't fit in my day.
Yeah.
But if I take away that 1 hour of screen time and replace it with some of these, that might be great. So the key, they say, is to choose 1 to 3 activities each morning, so you're not confused or you don't make it complicated.
Right.
So you're not replacing screens with decision fatigue.
Right.
Plan out the night before, which is what I did yesterday. Plan out the night before kind of what you're going to do, just a couple things that you're going to do. And then if you wake up and you feel like you want to do something different, go for it. Yeah. Right. We don't want that decision fatigue to also stress you out.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be the same thing every day.
Yeah.
You can mix it up, because I get bored real easily. And then I think this is the most important piece, which is why I created the tracker, is to use a morning clarity tracker that I put together. It's a spreadsheet, and I even have drop-down menus, so it makes it super easy to do, because I don't want more work for myself of having to fill something in, right? So it's really kind of drop-down friendly. So you're like, what is your wake up time? What activities did you do? How did you feel? Basically a mood during your first hour. Did you feel calm, restless, energetic? Cinthia and I will talk about our feelings this morning. And any slip ups that you might have, and also a note section. So if you had slip ups, it's like a drop down yes or no. If you had slip ups, don't beat yourself up, or you'll never do this again. Just write down in the notes why. Maybe your friend called and was sharing something with you, and then you went on your phone. I don't know what it is, but don't give yourself grace. I think that's like the biggest thing I want to say about this. And then step 4, weekly check-ins. So at the end of each week, we're doing it in October. You guys might be doing it in November, but you're going to reflect. Did I avoid screen times? Did avoiding screen times help your clarity or your energy or your mood? Were you more productive? And then compare your screen time data, which is in the document that we're sharing with you, so you can know how to do that. I did step by step to where to find it. grab screenshots of your phone screen time or digital well-being status. So like, let's say if you have the Ring or you have the Apple Watch that tracks anxiety or whatever it is, make sure you note that before you start, because you could get to the end of it and say, I didn't like it. But if you look at the stats and you're more productive and less stressed, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's possible. And maybe you may move it to a half hour because an hour stressed you out. Like you can play with this. The neuroscience and the reason why we put this all together is an hour. So
Yeah.
that's why we chose the hour. And then adjust. If one activity lights you up more than others, double down on it like the next week, right?
Right.
And then finally, step 5. At the end of the month, the 30 days that you're doing it, or calendar month, we're choosing the calendar month, but at least 30 days, answer these questions because they'll become the backbone of, whatever's going on, right? Did the 1 hour rule improve your focus, improve your clarity, give you more creativity, maybe more productivity? Look at all those things. Did your mental health shift? Ask your spouse if you want, or your best friend or your mom. Did you have less stress? Were you more calm? Were you in a better mood overall? And again, we'll touch on how we're feeling today as well. And then did you stick to it? Like, look at all the yes and no if you made it or you didn't make it. Maybe you have no on all the columns because you couldn't go beyond 30 minutes. Then maybe you need to do 30 minutes for a while and then broaden it to an hour at some point if you want.
Right.
Another question is, will you keep this practice moving forward? And if yes, how will you adapt it to fit your real life? Or if no, is there something else that you can do that would help you be more productive and clarity and have more creative ideas?
Right.
I think that's really important because if it worked for you and you still don't want to do it, maybe you need to uncover why.
Right.
Maybe do some journaling or talking to a friend to find out if you saw actual results from it, but you don't want to do it, like why? Maybe there's something deeper that you need to look into as well.
Yeah.
So how did you do this morning? So what did you think when I first brought it up? We always have crazy ideas.
You're like, I want to do this challenge. Do you want to do it with me? And I immediately thought it would be like a content creation challenge, like create more
that's
content.
my normal. Yeah.
I was like, I was already in. I was like, yes, let's do more. I don't know how, but like.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Wait a second. That's so sweet. You literally were like, okay, let's try it. Even if it was like something that puts more pressure on us.
Yeah, I know these are like sprints too. Like when you do challenges,
of course.
Challenges can be fun. I mean, if you're competitive, challenges can feel fun. Like, oh yeah, like who's going to stop me? Right. Kind of. And especially since we work a lot, like, I have a team and stuff, but anything that's done in like partnership or camaraderie, for me, it like really motivates me because I know there's that accountability. But anyway.
Yeah. And then you tend to not stop doing what you're doing if you have an accountability partner, which is my recommendation for everyone.
Which I'm sure there's science behind that too. Like try and do it together. But then you went in a different direction. You're like, let's do an offline. And honestly, it's exactly what I needed right now because like I said at the beginning, I wake up and I look at my phone and I might look at the weather or it's innocent, but it is not the best way to start the day. And I think it's funny that we even have to do a challenge. Like this should be our natural state, right? It shouldn't be something. But that being said, I do feel like, so this morning, I did go to bed thinking a little bit about the ways that I tend to use my phone in the morning. So I know I use my alarm. So I knew I was going to just turn off the alarm.
Of course.
And the only thing I didn't really have ready, but I knew I wanted to do is I was going to do some journaling. And I do like to use music. and I didn't have
Yes.
the right music like ready to go. So
Yeah, I need to create a Spotify playlist, if I'm being honest, like a women empowering
yes.
playlist.
Yeah, something that you can say like, "Hey Siri, turn on now," and it's ready to go.
Yes.
So I ended up
Yes.
just using the tablet to select a specific playlist. So I kind of
Yes.
whatever, it was fine. I didn't get
But
distracted.
that's not FaceTime, right?
Mm,
That's just getting it to a position for
mhm.
you to
Yeah,
use it. I did the same thing, and I'll talk about it in a second. So
yeah.
I don't think that's I don't think it's about not touching your phone.
Mhm,
I think it's about not diving into stuff
mhm.
that can mentally set us up for a bad day.
Yeah, exactly. Consuming the content. Yeah, so I did
Yeah.
some journaling. I also noticed that what you were saying about the food, I struggle to just eat my food. And
I know. Yeah, I'm a multitasker, and that's like the worst.
so I did journal and eat, which is a step in the right direction.
That's way better.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's good to notice these things. And anyway, I'm excited about this because I do feel like today I'm calmer. My issue is
I can't believe you're saying that. Yes. Oh,
my
God.
issue is not so much. I mean, yes, I get triggered sometimes if I happen to look at something on
Of
Instagram or
course.
whatever. But for me, it's more that I just start the day already kind of running, and my days have a lot going on in them. And to be able to give myself that gift of a pause and self reflection in the morning made my day so much calmer. So, yeah.
Yeah. So last night I knew, because I'm an avid reader, I read about four to five books a week. For me, that's my stress release.
Yeah.
And it's one of the only things besides my grandchildren that will kind of stop me from working. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to take a break kind of thing. Right. So I knew I was, but what I did was I set up on my phone, I close every single window because I always have a million open. And I just left open my Audible thing. And then I clicked the side of the phone so it would turn the screen off.
Right.
And then when I woke up, I just put in my headphone, hit play, and I like laid back down. Usually and it was 5:38 this morning. My eyes open around 5:30 every morning, no matter what time I go to bed. It's just a thing. Maybe it's being 57 now. I don't know. It's just a thing for me. And for me, I will typically say, "Oh, I got another hour or so that like of work time."
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as I'm listening in my head, I'm still going over all my to-dos, which never happens when I read normally, like never. So I know specifically it was doing this first thing in the morning.
Yes.
And I will say I had some anxiety, not anxiety like I couldn't breathe or
Yeah.
anything like that, but it was anxiety of, oh my God, I'm wasting this time. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I need to be editing on this, or I need to be doing this. Like it was really bad, actually. I mean, it was really bad mental
Yeah.
anxiety. And I started just losing all of that at around 38 minutes. So from
Okay.
38 minutes or so till the rest of the hour, it was fully enjoyable. So my goal is to wake up and have this be like a normal thing.
Yes.
But I'm also going to dance around to music. I cannot eat that early in the morning, so that was not going to happen for me. Like at all. So I'm going to, and the other thing that I was thinking, I'm going to do it like with my eyes closed, laying in bed. If I get that anxiety feeling again, I'm going to go outside.
Yeah.
Because there's something about going outside and putting my toes in grass, even in the morning, even if it's cold, that kind of the word grounds me feels very woo woo, but it really does kind of like fill me with
Yeah.
peace. And so I'm going to try that tomorrow. If I start feeling that anxiety, just like laying there and thinking about all the things I should be doing, I'm going to kind of switch things up a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was really good. And I did write down all of that information in my tracker. And today you said you feel more peaceful, I think is the word you used.
Yeah.
I feel more calm. And my normal personality is very up and very excited and all the things. And I find myself really exhausted at the end of the day because of that. And so today was, I got a lot done
That's what I'm
before our
saying.
episode, which is huge,
Yeah.
huge. So I was really excited with it. And one other thing that I will note before we, finish this episode is there's a tremendous amount of help on our cell phones, depending on whatever cell phone that you have. In an iPhone, because that's what I know, if you go to settings and screen time, it will show you the average hours that you're on. And my average hours in a day on this thing, not even my laptop, is 8 hours and 17 minutes.
But you read from your phone too? You read?
I do. I listen a lot when I'm doing, like, some work I can listen to, most work I can't because I have to focus.
Right.
But you're right. You're right about that. And I listen in the evening as well.
Yeah.
But I really want that to go down.
Yeah.
I want that to go down for several reasons, but one is I'm not as much working when I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of mindless scrolling along with my books.
Yeah.
And I want the mindless scrolling to stop.
Absolutely.
So I'm actually thinking about turning off access to those apps. There's a way to turn off access to those apps from like 9 to 11 and from like 2 to whatever. So like, it's just work. Yeah. Right. Like that's kind of what
I have that. With. I told you I use. Yeah. I think the iPhone has a built-in
feature. Inspired me for that.
But I have an app that I really like called Opal that basically you tell it, you can do different things. But one thing I have is after 10 p.m. and then before, I think 6:30, like basically between 10:30 and 6:30, I can't open any social media apps.
See, that's good.
I think even the browser, like it pretty much cuts off everything from the phone except for like Kindle and my phone and I think even WhatsApp.
So you get to choose which ones to keep you away from.
Yeah, basically. You configure it, right? And I've played around with it too. But it's good because I have caught myself sometimes not usually, like now I feel like I've gotten better because I'm much more aware of it. But after 10:30, it just cuts me off. I'm like, why was I even looking at that? Like, it wasn't even like this is not what I want to be spending.
It's just a time suck.
Yes.
Like it literally is. Now, I will say, yes, part of that is inspiration. Part of that is, but what it does, even when I'm inspired.
Yeah. It's you're aware.
It just makes more work for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe not at 10:30, unless you're a night owl and you work like
no.
Yeah,
I also have fixed my cell phone so that there is 0 notifications.
Yeah,
texts I see, phone calls I see, but I even turned off Voxer, so I consciously go to Voxer a couple times a day for clients and for you and for my friends that are on there.
Yeah.
But that's also a time suck too, right? So I've turned off all the notifications except urgent ones all the time.
Yeah.
And then from, I think it's 10 o'clock at night until I think 7 in the morning. Even though I'm up at 5:30, I don't want notifications, right? So I think it's 7 in the morning, no notifications, except it's turned focus off, so that there's no notifications, except if it's my kids calling. Obviously, emergencies I want to know about.
You can configure that safe list, I think it's called, or something. Or the other thing with Opal that I do is I do a limit of 30 minutes per day on Instagram, which
see, that's brilliant.
Which is not a lot, but it's kind of cool because at the 15-minute mark, you'll give me a warning and I'll be like, oh, it's been 15 minutes. And now I rarely do the scrolling, like a lot of scrolling, because it cuts me off. Now, I have been a couple weeks ago, remember I was on a live and it cut me off because I was on a live and I was like, oh, so right, you have to remember, because if my work is part of Instagram's in my
Yes,
work.
no, of
But
course.
no,
Of
I love
course.
those guardrails. Like, we need them. Like I said, these things are designed to be addictive, and they're also so, I mean, I feel so grateful that I can take my phone and work while my daughter is in an art class, and like I can, yeah, Voxer you. Like, I feel like they're so magical and so powerful, but they can
Yes.
also suck up all your time. And it is a little bit of a lie that you're going to be necessarily productive, looking at, yeah, looking at Instagram, while, and
And
especially
I'll
the morning time is so precious. You need to covet that time.
Yes, I agree with that. And my evening time, my husband is very firm to speak up and go, can we play video games? Or are you going to work until midnight?
Right.
Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? Or let's watch a movie, or like, he's not, and I've told him, but also he's not shy. He'll
Oh, she
exactly.
can't be shy with
He's all,
you, Jen.
hello, we're doing the new firefighter
Oh,
video
okay.
game. He was a firefighter in the
Okay.
past, so I was like, oh, let's try this. And he was like fighting a fire. He's like, I've been fighting a fire for 30 minutes by myself. Are you gonna come play? Or because I'm always like, oh, one more thing. Oh, one more thing. And so I'm trying not to one more thing. But my mornings are the worst because he's gone.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
no one here to say, dude, what are you doing?
And it's also kind of cool that we love our job so much that it could never end.
Yes.
Like, I also feel like
Yes.
I'm like you, Jen. Like, if my partner goes to play soccer, whatever, I'm usually pulling out my laptop and working, because I do enjoy it. And like,
I
and
know.
sometimes it does just take, like, yeah, someone else to be like, well, what if we didn't work? Like, what else would be out there? Yeah, or just maybe do something more chill, right?
Yeah, my husband and I are starting. We like work out hit or miss workouts.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I need you to help me because I need to move more.
Mm-hmm.
I do my walking pad most days. But I was telling my husband, I'm like, you and I, like, we love to dance. Our wedding was filled with disco music.
Oh, I
Like,
love
it
that.
was so fun. Right. And so I'm like, we need to turn on the music because it makes me happy too.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Turn on and I danced for like 14 years, tap, jazz, ballet,
Oh my
performed
God.
the whole 9 yards. So for me, it's like, I remember being sick at school and I would put music on and dance and it would make me feel better because
Right.
it was more mental than actual physical
Right.
sick.
Right.
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 So I said, every night, let's do 15 minutes of dancing. That's a ton of
Yeah.
calories burned,
Yeah.
but also we're having a blast.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like connection
so
too.
yeah. So, and I'm going to go ahead and put the link for the Opal app. I'm going to
Yeah.
look it up because I'm downloading it for myself. And so I'll have that in the show notes as well.
And I want to share one last thing before.
Yeah.
So I use an Oracle deck that's called Work Your Light, which I love. And I pulled this
Ooh.
card last night. It's called Take a Break. Life's
No
work, not a
way.
season. Get off the treadmill. And I'm
you kidding?
I was like, damn it. And I'm just going to quickly read the card description. But when I pulled that, I was like, this one is so hard. Like, I don't want to take a break. I'm not meant for breaks. But it was like, okay, yeah.
I don't need breaks. That's what I say. I don't need a break.
I don't need a break.
Yeah, you have to send me the link for the Oracle cards.
Sure.
I didn't know they had one for people who work. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I had no idea.
Wait, let me read the description. It'll help us.
Oh, yes.
So it says, it's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations, to take a moment from your busy schedule, to get off the treadmill of life, to appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing, to be in the moment and enjoy where you are, to take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit, to recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate, to decide on what you really want to experience next, If you take a moment, you are not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take a long walk in nature, go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish.
Wow. It's like they're seeing me.
Yeah, but I hate this card. Honestly, it's like, yes, I know, but it's hard for me to slow down. So anyway, thank you, Jen, for the challenge. I accepted, challenge accepted. We'll see how October goes, but already it's been very positive.
Yes, and we're gonna go, of course, and film an episode after that 30 days, telling you how we felt, what it felt like, what our results are from the time on our phone, and also if it's something that we're gonna try to bring in on an ongoing basis to
Maybe
our life.
we could do a mid-month check-in too. See how we're doing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea to entice people to try it who are kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I have to get the thing ready. Here we go. That's a wrap for this episode of the Marketing Duo podcast. If you found this conversation helpful, share it with a fellow founder who could use some inspiration today. And don't forget to subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop. We'll see you back here soon. Keep building your business with ease and impact.
All right. Bye.
Bye.